Well, we're on a mission in the case. 2590. You think it's icy? Hey, turn this time. Jeez. Wheel brakes. Alright, we're moving. Alright, here's the plan. This is melted and froze like 10 times, so it's super heavy and that forklift ain't gonna want to plow through it. And it's a lot of area to plow to get a semi if you'll hook onto that trailer. And I'm taking that trailer to scrap. So at this point, we don't care about it. So we are gonna drag its ass out to some plowed ground with the case. Now with any luck, it doesn't have landing gear. That fuel tank stays under and just skids and use it as a ski against the first hopper. But yeah, I'm not sure if that's gonna work, but one way or another, it's coming with me. This thing is just so long. Triple hopper tandem. Hey, turning might be a problem. Okay, now just slide on that, please. That's not a slide. Oh, now we're sliding. Oh, we're plowing too. All right, RPM. This is working. Oh, holy hell! I can't believe how well this is working. Huh. I could probably drive this down the gravel road and right home. Well, it doesn't follow the best, but eventually it comes where you're going. I was going to stop up here, but it's all ice and it's just going to be a nightmare. It's all ice everywhere. I don't know what to do. Whoa! Whoa! Faster! Faster! Okay. Jesus. Huh. We have spun out exactly in the way. What are you supposed to do with this? That worked well. So this tarp is much newer than the trailer, like it's 8 years old or something along those lines. It has a rip in the very back, but the plan is to take it off, cut it off, and put it on that trailer. I was just going to buy a new one for it, but with the oat market the way it is, we better reuse some stuff. Well, back at the farm, we're going to try and get that trailer hooked up to a truck. I don't have anything plugged in, but it's not terribly cold. Brought the forklift over to help, pack some tire chains, because it is slippery. Hey, a little luck. Whoa, calm down. Well, let's get this unhooked. Let's hope 2 singles are enough. Just gotta get smashed under it. Oh, it's a damn skating rink. It's all lined up, just touch the brakes and it goes. Hard part is I just can't hit it because all this fronting's lower than the frame because it's so broken and bent. There. Now I can just hit it. Well, we won't need its fancy jack stand anymore. It's going to scrap. I hope this lands in there. Come on, get. Aww. Damn. Alright, we're gonna try again. It's a shame that trailer's such a piece of shit, because it'd be an okay looking rig. Right between those 2 supports. Fall off! I am hung up on the center support, damn it. You know, it's safe to say this is not going well. Why is this so hard? Get in the hole! And farther back on the trailer. Okay, I think it just physically won't fit. I never looked at the spacing on those bars, but they must be closer than that tank. Forgot about the aluminum supports in between the steel ones. Oh, you want to see the funnest part of this trailer? I don't know if that shows up good on camera, but there is some flex to her. Not much holding her together. Well, we'll leave this here tonight. Get this forklift home with a little bit of sun left. It's like -8 or something today, but tomorrow's supposed to be like -17. So I'd much rather do that drive in the -8. Lucked out. Girlfriend got off work early. Got the star home. So now we can deal with that tarp tomorrow, whenever. It's so bright out. Got everything fired up. We're gonna pull this tarp off to save. We'll see what else we get done. It's kind of windy. I don't really want to work outside much. I wasn't quite sure how this tarp would come off, but these plates are held on by 2 bolts, and they're actually threaded holes. So much nicer than trying to hold the back or the wrench. Should go good and quick because it's cold. Oh yeah, I got all the supports off. Right where the ladder is, that's where this tarp has a rip. But this trailer is 43 feet or something. It's long. And that other trailer is only 32. So I think we're good. There we go. And this bar is broken or unbolted in the middle. I don't know if it's 2-piece or what, but it always had a big wobble. So we're gonna get that handle off, and I don't know where I'm gonna put this. I don't want it to get all iced up. Well, it kind of already is. I don't want it on the ground. We'll see. I should pull the rods out of it, then I can fold it up. Well, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with it now. It's pretty long. I'll have to move this auger and still might not be able to get through. And then I don't want it sitting on the ground. I'll have to do some thinking here. Well, it's not perfect, but it's off the ground. It's kind of out of the way. Not going to really deal with that till spring anyways, I don't think so. Whatever. Alright, now I can show you guys the game plan, how we're gonna take this into town, because I ain't pulling it to town. This thing is sketchy range. We're gonna lift it up and set it on this step deck, just like that. Hitch to hitch and have the tires right over the tires, and it fits quite nicely actually. And then once it's on there, it probably won't go to town for quite a while, but then I'll start filling it with scrap. All the shit I don't need. Get it full, and when we're at the scrapyard, we'll drop the ramps, and they can hook their material handlers onto the front, and they can just walk it right off the back. Simple, easy, no problems at all. And once it's on the trailer, I will seal these set of rims off, because these are aluminum buds. They're a little harder to come by. The rest of them, this thing has a bunch of, where is it? Yeah, 10R22s, some old school rims and tires. And if you're wondering how I'm going to get this trailer on top of this trailer with hitch at that side, I got a plan. Don't worry, a little trust. You know, none of you believe me, but I can figure it out. Grabbed the other star and gave it a wash and hooked up to the trailer and whole yard here, but I wedged them here like a sardine can. But we're set up. We just have to wait for one more piece of the puzzle to be free. Then this can get done. See, I'm out of the fog. I got a new phone. But it is a really nice day here. We should get this trailer set on top of that step deck. Of course, I have some scrap in the yard I think would be a lot easier to put on here before this is another 5 feet taller. You're really going to want to stick around to see how I get this 42-foot trailer on top of this 45-foot step deck. It's going to be neat and easier than you think. But I need to cut some of the supports out in this hopper so I can get this truck cab full of steel dropped in there. Hey, I never got all the way through it, but it's going to break off when I dump that cab in here. That'll definitely help. See, I want to get this cab in there first before it's too high, because that whole D4 undercarriage is thrown inside of it. So it has a bit of weight to it for a cab. Ah, it's definitely some weight up there. Should have shut that first. There, even got my magnet lights on the back, Bluetooth ones. Those are handy. Well, there we go. Step one. She is unhooked. Now I just gotta go get the other truck and trailer. Now to fire this girl up and get her back there. Man, this would be a lot quicker with a helper. Oh, and I gotta swing by the farm and get this old railroad tie to throw across here to keep that hitch up, just so we can chain it for unloading easier. Have you guys figured how I'm gonna get that up there yet? There was like 4 different plans of maybes of how we could do this. I think I settled on the easiest. Wow, there's a lot of running around for this, but it's gonna be the easiest. Well, let's get this thrown on there. Huh. Weighs 6.7 tons. How high do we want to go? Wow, that was pretty easy. I was going to move that board back a little. Yeah. Well, there we go. All chained down. I'm missing a boomer. I think it must be on the cultivator. And a chain. Yeah, it must be between the wings of that cultivator I moved. But this is going to go home and just sit. This is just the only time I had to access the loader. I'm going to cut up those cultivators and put in there before hauling the scrap. You guys are all saying keep the frames, and maybe I will. Or keep the wings at least, or something. But all the shanks are going in there, and they're going to the scrap. But let's get this home. Well, just rode it to the forklift to the farm. It's a nice day, but it is going to be a mud hole here real quick. Yeah. But since we're going to be moving oats here soonish, I'm going to get this straight cut header that I'm borrowing for Buddy out of here, so I have more room. And what else? Oh, I was going to see if that cultivator I want to scrap is frozen to the ground or not. Oh, hey, come with me, please. Oh, this thing is surprisingly heavy. Better do a chain there so those can't slide off the end of the forks. It's gonna be tight. Yeah, it was a handful going down that hill, but we got her now. Well, that's a little better. Okay, so we're gonna scrap this cultivator. It's all together. Well, I sold the hitch, but I got it. So if it's not froze to the ground too bad, we could probably move it to my house and start pulling shanks. It's a good little disc. And then I have a parts cultivator for this co-op. That the hitch is gone off of it and all that, so that'll be a later spring probably. Pull it apart. I got all the spin-on threaded hubcaps on most of these, and some on that one. So if anyone needs any of those, this is a co-op 204, 203, whatever it is. But all the older ones had those stupid thread-on dust caps. And they're very expensive to get one built. Okay, are we frozen to the ground? Oh, there we go. That's a good start. Okay, that wing popped easy. What about the center? Not so easy? I don't think we're too frozen though. I think the Rams will be able to pick it up if just the back couple are frozen. Oh, it was the front that was so frozen. The jack. Oh, I could probably get in here with the case now. Told you it was warm out. Okay, get this hooked up. This is good. Now park that and just get this thing home in one piece. Because, you know, like we're going this way, but these set of tandems like to go this way or sometimes that way or sometimes just, yeah, not ideal. Oh, and another important reason to have this over here is this whole setup is not anchored well, and that pulls hard, so this likes to scoot away. So I made this pad and I'd park the service truck on it. But it's going to be pretty tight if I try and use the swing. So this is heavy and much smaller. We'll park it right on there and it'll all be anchored down. Well, got this cultivator I'm going to chop up for scrap home. Some people were saying, oh, save the frame itself for bin pads. And I went, if it works, yes, great idea. The problem is, if they're a 14 by 14 bin, we need 14 feet. So let's see how long these wings actually are on this thing. So the wing's like 12 feet. A little shy. But also thickness. But you see they're on an angle. So if you took two of them and flopped that angle towards each other, you get thicker. But let's see what the thick part is plus the thin part. So the thick part is just shy of 10 feet. We flopped that and it added it onto the thin part. 6.5 feet. Okay, so we'd be 16.5 feet or so. We'd just be short one way. But you know what? That might be good enough. Because yeah, if you take that other wing, flop it over here where it's the thick parts here, a 16 by 12, if we add 2 feet. So yeah, maybe I'll save the two wings off of this one and scrap the rest. And in my head, I was just going to torch everything apart, but everything's bolted together. And surprisingly, there's no threads showing, so it might come apart nice. Like 3/4 inch impact, not having to fight a bunch of threads, just they might zip apart half easy. Oh, 30 seconds, one apart. That'll be easy. I gotta save some of the shovels, though. That'll be annoying. But start pulling and making a pile. 15 minutes to do a wing. That is crazy. Take me longer to clean up than unbolt it. There, another wing done. Now I kind of messed up. I don't have the forklift here, otherwise I'd dump these wings. Oh, forgot that plate. But this project can wait a little bit now that I know how quick it's actually going. I thought this was going to be like a really long, strung out project, but this moves pretty quick. I'm not really enjoying working in a river. I tried to run away from it, but it's all the same. Maybe tomorrow morning. Maybe it'll freeze. I don't think it's going to freeze tonight. 2 or 3 nights I think it's going to freeze. Maybe I'll come on in the morning and finish the center. Now let me get all the shanks off. You can just see this thing wave up, wave down, wave up, wave down. I wonder if it's such a piece of shit. And yeah, I'll sell any parts off of it that the random few people who still have one of these would want. Not that much is going to move, but you never know. A cylinder, a couple shanks, why not? Last time I saw parts to these listed, the guy wanted $150 a shank. Go fuck yourself. So I think $50 is a little more fair. Like it's just old cultivator. Well, day 2 of stripping down this cultivator for scrap. Last night I said, well, I'll throw an ad up. You know, maybe sell a couple shanks. Some stuff. My phone has been lit up all morning. I got the the wing cylinder sold, all the hub or dust caps because they're thread on sold. I got someone coming for the lift cylinders. I got someone wants this whole wing wheel assembly because I guess they snapped this rod right off. So we'll yank that whole assembly, which I just pull it to have this wing free for the bin pad anyways. So that's a win. I think that's the major things. And then just a bunch of people wanting shanks. So I did my math on them. I think each shank is worth about $8 at this scrapyard. So I listened for $50. Not a lot. Last time I saw some for sale, the guy wanted 150, and I told him to go fuck himself. It's just scrap shit. Like, it's not. It's BS price, really. I just want to pay for my time to pull the shanks, make a little money, but not screw everyone over in the country. And some old boy just needs a shank for his old shitty cultivator. But anyhow, we're gonna pull this assembly off each side, I think, and then maybe we'll move it out back and take the wing cylinder off, because I'm kind of trapped until I have a forklift back here. I can probably loosen all the nuts right off for the wing, like unbolt them, but then just finger tighten them back together and move it out back, and then drop them maybe. I don't know. Luckily, it stays up in the air even if I steal all the cylinders. It's maxed out for height. There we go. No forklift, I gotta be smart about how I do this, because I can't really move things around after. So we'll drop all of this one here, and then she's getting pretty light. And another one off. Oh, smash it back down. That's nice. Hey, get off of there. Take this out back, and now it can. Oh, I should do those wings. Ah! You just stay there. We need you still. Sure, stripped down pretty quick. You can leave it out here. Guy's coming for that cylinder, but until he does, I can at least wing it up and move it if I need to do more or take wings off, I guess. But I'm over it for a little bit. Scatterbrained. I got other things to go worry about for 10 minutes and then come back to. But main thing is people are coming for stuff on this. Oh, they're coming for the lifts, so I'll probably be stuck here once I pull the lifts off. Ooh. I'll put it in transport mode. There we go. Oh yeah, forgot to add to that. First day, sold all the cylinders, sold all the dust caps, I've only sold one shank, but that it was something like $600 where the things sold that would have worked out to $50 in scrap. So a good boost in the scrap profit. Well, I was trying to leave the forklift at the farm till that other cultivator unthawed from the ground. It's not doing it very quick, so I brought it home. Gonna pull the wings off of this cultivator, and we'll see. Maybe we'll chop some of it up, throw it in the scrap bin. I don't know. Not feeling very motivated, so whatever I get done's a win. Anything beats sitting on the couch. This is going pretty easy. 3 bolts, smash them out, done. Sure missed having the welding truck around. That went very quickly. I was going to do a bin pad out of the 2 wings. You'll see. Give me a minute here. Something like this. I can put that one hopper bin I have on it, because it's on those swamp mats and it is sinking into them pretty good. So I think it's a little narrow, so we'll have to, just wherever that 1 foot will come out, we'll have to weld a little piece on. Just like chop that off and weld that section onto it from one of these cultivators. But that should spread some weight out. It's nice because that hopper at the bottom touches the ground too, so it'll be right on those braces. Not the bottom, but like the center. The center actually makes contact with the ground. Yep. Bringing this box back was it's just as useful as I thought it would be. Nice and easy to lift it up. It's fair ways up in the air, that trailer. I'm gonna keep these. Just these 2 flat pieces. Everything else is If you ever hear someone say a pin is crankshaft, that's what it means. It starts to look like a crankshaft, and when you're trying to pull it out, you gotta find the perfect order, and it's impossible. Nice. And just like everything you try and sell in marketplace, everyone wants it. No one wants to come get it. So I can probably thin out the herd of shanks here. Any nice shanks I'm going to pull, but ones with shitty ones, I'll just toss them. Save me the headache. Yeah, that box is going to make all that loose stuff much, much easier. That was a lot like work. The sides were pretty thin. If you dropped any of them wrong, underneath there, there's a big tear too. So, educated guess, I weighed the trailer at 6.7 tons. That probably weighed 1.5 tons. The forklift didn't like lifting it this high. This, I don't know, each shank's 100 pounds. A ton here, there's 20 some shanks there. So around 10 ton as it sits. And we still got the frames of the cultivators to go in. It'll add up. The cultivators aren't crazy heavy, but it'll add up. Well, let's chop up more cultivator. Maybe get it all shoved in the bin. Someone wanted to buy the whole thing as like build a pen around it or pigs or something, but you won't answer, so it's getting chopped up. It's amazing how nice everything is unbolting here. Let go. Oh, it's hydraulic line's holding on. But everything is unbolting just so nicely on this whole thing. I hope the next cultivator goes that easy. Because it is cheaper to unbolt it than it is to torch everything. The price does add up. And quicker when it's going this easy. Now, I'm going to save the hitch. We're going to chop it right through here because I need a section for that possible bin pad. And you do get paid more when it's all cut up, so maybe we'll just do one more cut. It'll fit better in that trailer too. I'm going to pull the cylinder. I have the cylinder sold. And the torch bottles are empty. Well, the acetylene is anyways, so we'll do some gouging, I guess. Nice, quiet, peaceful gouging. Well, fun fact. That's solid. Jeez. That'd be some good lathe material there. I got a new plan with that bar. I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to unbolt it all so it's loose and bolts from it all. Buddy has a welding shop with a big bandsaw. I'm going to cut a chunk out of here that'll fit in my lathe so I have some big stock, and then the rest will get scrapped. Yeah, I really thought it was just a cap welded onto like heavy, like 1/2-inch wall pipe or something. But that, you still feel that weight on that forklift, just that solid bar and tires. Buddy wanted 2 hubs. I said, you can just have them. But I'm lazy, so I'm just going to knock that pin out, and you can take the pair together. And I'll probably keep the tires, but, you know, I was just about to cut this up, and I was thinking, I have that 300 bushel bin over there. I put those feet on, and then I did the math on it. I still don't trust it. Maybe this is big enough. I assumed it was only this wide, which I'm pretty sure isn't big enough, but I never noticed that this whole part stays with it, so we should do some measurements and run over there. Just shy of 8 feet. Well, a little bit more, because that stood up. We can't go on that. So yeah, 92 inches or so. And the part I need to make that big enough for that other bin, I could just use one of the wings off that other cultivator. It'd be a lot less work too. It's making my scrap haul a lot smaller though. The scrap from this cultivator is supposed to pay for the new cultivator. My math says it will be like within $200 if I haul it all in to pay for that guy. It's a little narrow. I guess we scrap it then. Well, I was thinking how I was going to get that up in the back there, and then wait a second. I don't really have to. I don't have to chop it up this way either. Good enough. Whatever. There, got it chopped up at Buddy's shop. We just torched it all, but keep those pieces. I gave him one like 5-6 foot length. And when we do that cultivator, I'll try and do the same. Those are too good for the lathe to throw away. Well, back on the scrap process. The last little bits, some old augers that I should have took the last scrap haul, but they wouldn't fit. And that'll be the end of it for my house. Then we'll go to the main farmyard, and hopefully that cultivator is unfrozen from the ground soon. So we can strip it in here and get... I'm going to need this for spraying soon, this trailer. I popped all the cross braces out of here, but they're still kind of up there. Hopefully they bend and everything falls in, right? Things don't look like they're falling in. It's not falling in. Ah! Punishment for being lazy, not going up with the grinder and cutting them all off. Oh, there's aluminum ones underneath the main ones. Why do I forget that? Oh, way to make things harder for myself. Hey, want to let my stupidity or laziness get in the way now. Throw some more in here. Well, a little slimy up here, but I'm up here. Had to make a big run at that hill. So yeah, hopefully this cultivator comes out of the ground sometime soon. It's sunk in there and frozen. Got some old harrows. I'm sure there's other things here somewhere. There's goodies hiding. We'll find them. Get rid of them. I bet there's like 8 destroyed bale feeders around here. My only way home. Whatever. Finally got this parts cultivator thawed from the ground, unfrozen, not stuck in, not buried in. Whatever word's gonna work for you guys. The front spikes were like 9-10 inches down in the ground, so that explains why it's taking so long. But let's start ripping and tearing, I guess. Oh, and I put a weak battery I had laying around in the welder, so I don't have to boost every time. A weak battery beats a dead battery. You get a lot done in 45 minutes. Got these wheels unbolted because I need a little bit more frame for that bin pad. But apparently this can't come out the top, so I'll cut this off. Might be okay to have for the lathe. And yeah, I was going to sell this as complete, but I want more of that 3.5 inch rod. And someone just messaged me for all these cast holders, so saves me from digging around for the old ones in there. Quick, easy. And I can go in there complete. Well, look at that. That 3.5 inch bar. I'll never use it, but I'm very happy to have it for some reason. You make some bale spears out of it for like a payloader. I don't know. There's something good there. Yeah, got some old harrows to go in there. I don't know if it's worth pulling the spikes. The spikes are in really good shape, but they're a different spacing than that Morris I got. And they've been on there a long time. I don't know. They might just be better off in the bin. I don't want to cut that up. I'm being lazy. I'm running out of time too. I need this trailer for spraying. Maybe I'll unchain the trailer and block it up higher in the front, and I'll put it on top of that frame there too. If you took those axles off of that and cut that, well, leave that, take the axles off and cut her off here, and you just drug that through the field, that would be one molehill destroyer there. Might have to put little ramps here so it doesn't dive in, but that's a low effort project that would work. Wow, this thing apparently is getting quite heavy. The forklift couldn't lift the whole thing, so one side and went back and forth and rocked it up. Let me move this and get this one here, so that works quite well. Well, that's starting to be a good load of scrap. That was a lot of work. Just hand bombing all those shanks onto the forks and try and get them in here. Found an old yard drag. I was going to list it for $100 and I thought, the hell with it. Everyone's just going to waste my time. So, I think the old man has a feeder or two he wants to throw in here. So, although we might have to chop another brace out of the front to get anything in there or in here. Wanted to leave some of those cross braces, the only thing holding this trailer together. Well, it's a windy, cold, terrible day. So we're finally going to take the scrap in. I need this trailer for spraying. So better get after it. There we go. Whew. I got to run home and I got to grab the one chain binder so we can suck this trailer down just a little tighter. And we're good. But find out what this is all worth. I have a guess, but it's so hard to judge because they just kind of take a look at the trailer. Oh, there's some aluminum on it, and there's lots of big stuff, but there's some tinny garbage, and they just kind of average it, and you never know. Last time I did really good, I think. So we'll see. That's nice for the decking. Just didn't want to hook a chain to the front. Okay, what did we get for scrap? So it's kind of hard to say how much you got just from the cultivator and how much of the trailer and whatnot. But we came out with 23,940 pounds. So it was like 10.8 tons, I think I figured it out with. And they were paying $210 a ton delivered. So just over $2,500 to get rid of that garbage trailer and most of 2 garbage cultivators. I did also sell about $600 in spare parts. No, $800 in spare parts from those cultivators. So not bad considering the cultivators. I paid $800 for the one and like $200 for the parts one. Used them for like 8 years. I probably put $200 into them that whole time. And that grain trailer I paid $1,000 for, and I used it for 3 years, and I still have the tarp off of it. That was pretty good shape. Call that a win. See, that's why I like running this garbage equipment. When you buy it at scrap price, down the road, you sell it at scrap price. It's kind of hard to lose. You just invest time fixing it. Best time going to work to pay for the new one, invest time fixing that one. What's the difference?